regards to the building of an alternative community, how important is it first, Honorable Priest Kailash, to have a model? As you said, you mentioned first mastering parts of the Caribbean, then expanding. How important is it for us to start with something that we can manage and then scale it accordingly? Because too many times, I believe, too many of us have tried to do the big gargantuan thing and have never got it off the ground because we don't understand the power of scaling. So how important is it first for a good, strong group to come together, establish the prototype, and then scale accordingly?
Well, give thanks again for Life and the Mighty Life Giver. Give thanks. Also, I did not mention the Honorable Fahad Mohammed in my introduction and my giving of thanks, and I do give thanks for the Honorable also. So definitely, Honorable, I mean, anything scientific starts with a model, you know, a house starts with a plan, right. You know, and every single thing starts with an idea. And when you say idea, you have to dare. And then since you have to dare, you have an idea, you dare to do something nobody else have never done before. And you still say you are there. Like, why there? Because you're there, as they would say in normal English. So to start, say one cocoa full of basket. Simple. Right? And the works have already started. It's not like you're going to start fresh. And remember in our conversation, when you say we're going to build the prototype, I said the prototype has already been built.
Yes.
That's exactly. Mount Kailash. You know?
Exactly.
So we do have a community, something that has been built with cottages, with fresh water running through it, fully off-grid solar energy. You could actually live off it from the mountain. Right now, as we have so many avocados that, like, you have so many avocados that's like literally, I have to give my neighbors from where I live on my other property. I have to give my neighbors avocados.
Yeah.
Like, so I had like this huge box of avocados, and so many of them will just spoil. Yeah. You know, coconuts, you know, and bananas, macambu, and apples, and all manners of things in a matter of 7 years. All these things, they're cherries, they are just growing, and they are just, it's just brilliant, as you'd say in London. Right? So when I look at these things through example, you know, through the works, and it's not like it was something that we had to sit down and wait on somebody to do it. I saw it was necessary. Yeah. So I built it. So when you came, you say, wow. You know, when people come, they say, oh boy, they're in Zion, or they're in the Garden of Eden. You know, it's not the guy, it's not the Garden of Eden, it's the Garden of Priest Kailash. Right. You know? So it was something that one man by himself, you know, and his family, and you know, and some beautiful souls, our employees could have come and could have created. So if it is that we scale that up with Priest Kailash, Brother Hakeem, you know, Ras Wayne, whoever else come, and then we could build that prototype, and the prototype would be a community like this. Let's say we start with 11 acres, all right, which is something that I am speaking into manifestation. And when we speak, we manifest it, right? And we put aside 1 acre just for farming for the community. We put aside another acre for just a communal place whereby people could sit down, gather, whatever else. And then you have 9 acres with 1 more acre, just leave it there as just a wild patch, whatever you want to do. And then you have 8 acres. Now, with that 8 acres, we're not going to, the houses won't be built on tiny lots. Yes. Yes, so we're going to build on every acre 2 houses. Yes. And every house going to have, apart, even if you have a community garden, you have your own private backyard garden and your own space. Because self-love is the first love. So it's being able to do for self that you are able to do for others. So you could have a space. So you might imagine, you could visualize it. This nice fence up space with every single house on it, fully water harvesting, solar and wind energy, right? And you have your own garden, you have your own resting area, your beautiful house, your beautiful space. And then you are in a community of people that thinks the same. And apart from doing for just yourself, you have an opportunity to go to that communal space where you could create, and then create with such great abundance that what is created in that community would obviously overflow. Right? You could begin to go into the schools, the hospital, go into the communities, the poor and have-nots, right? And really begin to show that people actually take care. So when we could start on that scale, what it does, it gives you confidence.
Yeah.
So you've practiced. That's why before you go and play a football match, you have to learn to kick the ball to the goal.
Right.
So if you do it 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, and you can hit the spot all the time, you become confident. So I think it's imperative that something is built, you know. I think it's imperative that we start off and have that module that is greater than what has been done at Mount Kailash. It's just a foundation, it's done there, so it is possible. So when we are speaking in 5 years' time on spiritual injection, right? We will be speaking about Sister Sandra Mohammed that actually planted a coconut tree, and she's drinking from that in a glass right on the live spiritual injection.
Right.
Go on now.
Right.
Yeah. So when we plant a tree today, we can drink from it in 4 years.
Yeah.
But if we keep on speaking,
right,
and we don't plant the tree,
and we can just listen back to ourselves. We can listen back to the recording.
Oh man, they call it intellectual masturbation. Yeah.
Too much of that to go on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Too much. Too much. And also too much of pimping. So it's not a matter of pimping our people, because I sincerely, because I could have taken my little wealth and go in a corner and live all by myself and be comfortable, you know, take whatever little bit I have. And, you know, we are not pimps. You know, we're not coming to pimp someone of their savings. You know, we want to come and say, well, you have one, that we are going to make that one multiply and give you 10. We are looking to add value to what you have. We don't want to pimp you. It'll be my pleasure to see, Brother Hakeem, to see you in St. Lucia. I feel so happy to know where you have a spot in the sun, that you don't have to be in the freezing cold. You know, you have to be doing these things. They'll give me a joy. You know?
And I referenced the last conversation you and I had in St. Lucia when you were driving me into Castries, and you said to me, brother, the next time you come, you know, you must have your own little place. And you offered me one of your vehicles that I could use next time I come to St. Lucia. And what you shared with me, Honorable Priest, you know, it's stuck in my head, you know, because it's so important that if you're going to transition to another environment, that you have these basic things, right? Somewhere where you can rest your head and you can have your own key and transportation, so you can move as you see fit.